What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame with a 4. In this issue 26 we're going to be doing the control box, the battery and the oil reservoir for the massive, absolutely fantastic Ecto-1. So these are the bits that you will be getting in issue 26, so they look a little bit like that. We'll just quickly get them out and we'll run through a parts list. There is a small amount of parts here, but a lot of parts if you kind of get my drift. So even though it's a small amount of parts, you get a lot of them, and there's quite a few screws to play around with here. We'll take out all the bits, we will go through a parts list. All of this seems to be plastic. I will just tip those out because it's going to be easier. Nothing left in there. A couple of hoses. A few more buckets. That's the battery, that's huge. Right, so then we've got that. This bit's here, and then there's nothing else left on there, so that's brilliant. So screw wise, we have IP screws, so we'll just quickly pour those out. So these are the IP screws. We also have DP screws, so I'll just take the DP screws out. EP screws, so this is Echo Papa screws, so EP. DM, so Delta Mike screws. And then EM, so Echo Mike screws as well. So just going to pop those down, just there. Right, so we need to just roll back in the magazine just to check our parts off, because as you know, some things may be missing and we want to make sure that they're all there. So 26A is going to be this section here, is going to be the control box. 26B is going to be the control box lid, which will be that one there. 26C is going to be the battery. You can't miss it. Look at that. So much detail, and that actually looks like a battery. It is all plastic, that I might add. 26D is going to be the battery base, which is going to be this, which is pretty much like a like a battery tray. And then 26E is the battery terminal. So 26E, is this 26E? But I think they put 25E by accident. So it's probably supposed to say 26E. But anyway, so 26E are the battery terminals, which are these ones here. 26F is going to be the oil reservoir, which will be, I think it might be that. So that's oil reservoir. 26G is the oil reservoir cap, which says oil. And it does, it says oil. You're never going to be able to see that unless I zoom in. 26H is the oil reservoir bottom, which is going to be oil reservoir bottom. This was probably the other piece, and this is the reservoir bottom. So that was going to be 26F, and that's going to be 26H. 26I is going to be one of these little silver pieces, which is which is the ground terminal. Sorry. 26J is the battery cable, which are going to be these two cables here, and then the rest of them are the screws. So let's crack on and get building on this. So we want to make figure A. So the first thing we need to do is just connect 26B to 26A, and it's asking us to do that with connecting this onto that, and we need to use two DP screws, to hold it together from underneath here. So we'll go attach those on. So they are the DP screws, should I say. So they're just here. So 1, 2 DP screws. These got just a screwdriver. This shouldn't take long. So again, we possibly won't need to fast forward through putting these in because they are such small pieces to install. These DP screws look quite long, but you know what? They're actually pretty good. So they're not coming through the other side. So we know they are actually the right ones. And it wouldn't be the first time a magazine hasn't told us to put a screw in where the screw shouldn't be. So, right, so the first thing is asking us to put the two DP screws in like that. So then that should look a little something like that. And then underneath we'll have the two DP screws there and there, as you can see. Right, so we need to go take our built up radiator cowling. So this is kind of like the front panel. And we need to install on the front side here. That is where this terminal box is going to go. So there is a locating lug as well. So it goes up around the way. Trying to just make sure that this is right. On the other side, so the opposite side, so on the inside, like that, and then it's held together with two IP screws. So the best thing to do is hold it in place and then line it up. I'm going to just line it up and then do it, and then I'm going to have to show you because it's a bit difficult to do it otherwise. And I need to go get 2 IP screws. They're just sitting here, so that's fine. Again, they shouldn't be a nightmare to do. So we should be able to do these and then show you afterwards. I'm going to put it up this way because it might be easier to show you this way around, like this. So that's an IP screw. We need to grab another IP screw. Here we go. Pop that into that hole there. Whatever method is easier for you, do it that way. I always find it's better to not lean it on stuff because that's when you get breakages. So they're asking this to be figure B, so we're now done that. So it should look a little bit like that. So the box is just on this side, so that's on the inside, and it's held in by the 2 IP screws just there and there, and then it should look like that. So it should sit there like that. Right, so we just need to pop that out of the way for the minute. Be careful not to leave it somewhere or get broken. We need to take the bottom battery tray. So 26D and 26C is going to be the battery. Don't think you can get this around the wrong way. Looks like the battery is the same either way. You just need to pop the bottom of the battery cover onto that. So that will just sit into there. And underneath, 2 DP screws will hold that all together. So let's go grab a couple of DP screws. And let's pick them up. And I'm going to just pop those in the bottom there. Wind them in. So that's 1 DP screw. And then this is the second one. Make sure it's in straight. So that's the 2 DP screws that you need, guys. So there you go. So then your battery bits would look like that. So you've got your terminals on the side there, and these 3 will now attach. Underneath, you've got the DP screws. And when you take the radiator face, you want to have it this way round, but you want this to go on the inside. And as you can see, they line up. But the thing is, it's going to be difficult to show you again. So it might be easier for me to just sort of put it in place and then come back to that. So it should look like that on the inside. So the battery should be attached to it on the inside there. And then on this side, you should see the 3 screws that are holding it in place just here. So there, and then there's one right next to it. So there's 2 there. They're the IP screws, and there's one up here as well. Right, so once you've done that, guys, what we need to do now is we just need to pop that out of the way for a second. We now need to install this. So we need to just turn this upside down. So this is the oil section. So the fitting the oil reservoir. So that's the oil cap. Shouldn't have taken that long. I just got too carried away. And it is right inside there. I don't know if you can see, that's a little EP screw. Now we can go and place the bottom back on. So as I said, that was held in by a DP screw. Oh, I'm just not even looking at what I'm doing now. So that goes on like that. Magnetize. And then that screws in place. This is the DP screw. Once that's done, that's what it should look like. So that's going to be like the oil reservoir like that. And then we need to now attach this to the front of the car, which is going to be cool. We have to get the car involved. We have to get it back out. Again, this little grey carpet for it. And then we're going to bring it around, hopefully at an angle so you guys can see. And then this needs to sit just in here, like that. And that is held in by 2, a DM and an EM. Why do they always confuse things? So we'll put the EM in first. So the EM one goes in the front, just in there. So we'll put that in. So that's the EM. And then the back one is a DM, so Delta Mike. So we'll quickly put that one in as well. So pop that in. So that's a DM. So that goes in the back there. So then if you can see that, but that is now where the oil reservoir sit is just here. And then it's held in by an EM and a DM just there. Right, so let's just plonk that back there. Right, let's turn the page and let's hope we can fit some more. So yeah, we get to fit some more, so that's always really fun. So what it wants us to do now is to do figure A. So figure A is taking this section here, and we need to do it so that the battery is on the inside. So if we're doing it that way around, best thing to do is turn it around the way the car is, and then you'll see where everything goes, and then that goes that way around. So that should go in there. You've got to make sure that this hose doesn't mess up, like that. And then the inside hose should go into the top of the radiator. Okay guys, we managed to do that. It was just lining up the radiator hoses. I will show you those in a moment when we take the camera off, just so we can give you a nice detailed look. But for now, we'll try and continue as we are. So this front panel here just needs to go in. There are 2 locating lugs down the bottom there, and then you need to put 2 EM screws in the side here. So once that's all lined up at the bottom, the EM screws will go in nicely. I will show you that again in a second. So once you've done that, the next nice fiddly bit for us to do is we will need to now install, well, when we did that cable from last time off the top of there, we now need to connect that onto one of these pipes. So we're just trying to see which ones it wants us connected to. So let's just turn it around so we can see. Best thing to do, copy the magazine directly to how it goes. So put it into place. Okay, so it wants us to put it onto that one, which is fine. I'll have to just go and pop it on. It's really annoying that I can't let you see, because it would be better to just put them on and then I'll go around and show you where they went. Right, so the next thing we need to do, we need to connect, let me just move the vehicle out of the way for a second. We need to connect the kind of like the battery terminal. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take these, we're just going to shove the tweezer end in like we always do, just to open them up a bit, because I find that a lot easier to do what we've got to do with them. And then you need to put, these are both 26E, so it doesn't really matter, so they just go inside there like so, and just push them all the way on. I will show you what these look like up close once I've done it. And then now I've got to push this terminal on the end here. There you go. And then you should have your battery terminals looking a little bit like that, as you can see. Right, so now what it wants us to do is it wants us to put one of them on top of here. So the first one that we put on the right hand side, you just push that into the hole. It should have a way of it going in, so that goes in like that. Push that down, and then I'm going to put that in the end like so, and then that should go on to, I guess this is going to be the earth, because it's going to the body of the car. So we're going to go, this is the earth cable, and then that just needs to pop on the end once that goes on, just like that. So put that down, so that's done. So the next one needs to come off and go on the other side of the terminal. So we're going to pop that one on in there like that, and again we're going to open up the end, and that's going to pop on this side. And like I said, it's really hard to show you, but you will see, because I'm going to take the camera off and do a nice detailed look of where we've put everything in these issues. The only thing is, I can barely see whether I put it or not, put them there or not. So there you go. So although that's just traipsing over the top of there, which probably isn't the most safest thing in the world, that is how that goes on. So there we go. So they're the battery terminals. I think that's it, guys. So that's all we have to do in this issue. So that is the last one until we get another set of 4. So it's got a bit about Bill Murray in here. I'm going to bring you over and give you a nice detailed look. That'll be at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Right, so what I'm going to do is just going to have a quick look through and see what we've got coming up in the next set of issues, and then we will go through at the end and show you what's going on. So Bathtub Monster, well, shows you kind of how everything was done, because I guess this is kind of like when special effects were really kind of, you know, coming out, but it looks really cool. And then yeah, it's just got loads of good reads in here, guys, so make sure you do check it out. Right, so we are going to be getting in the next 4 issues, a bit of a spoiler alert here, looks like we're going to get some exhausts and maybe some more brake systems, so they can't wait to do that with you guys. I'm going to end the video here, but remember, after this we are going to have a detailed look at that, so don't go too far. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care now. Okay guys, thanks for staying tuned. Let me quickly have a look at what we did. So we connected the battery terminals, as you can see here. The battery terminal there is the earth cable. It goes around there and it connects to this part here. This was the positive cable there, and that goes all the way around here. Hopefully it's going to focus. It's got too much to focus on, I think. We'll go this side and hopefully we can get some focusing. So that battery terminal comes off there and then it goes on to there. So that was another bit that we did. And as you can see, we now installed the front, excuse me, shaky hand, the front radiator and everything there. So there are two of the screws that went in there. They were the EM screws. So one went in the side there, just so you can have a look. So that went in here. And then on the other side, again, that held all that into place by another EM screw just there. Just that one there. And then down the bottom here, this is where there was 2 locating lugs. So down there were the locating lugs here. So there were some lugs that you need to make sure locate just down there and there. And that is how that should look. So that's really cool. Thanks for sticking by, guys.